Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Today we look at training. That's work training. The training you need to do a particular job.
And we meet this man, Michael Killingsworth, who trains flight attendants for American Airlines.
Work training tells you what you're supposed to do in a particular job.
What you should do and what you shouldn't do.
If you're working in a shop or an office with customers or clients, there are some things you must remember to do and some things you must remember not to do. You should be polite. You should always be polite. You shouldn't be rude. You should never be rude. And remember, the customer is always right.
Work training is designed to show you what to do and what not to do. But can you be trained to do a job? Or is experience more important?
I think you need both training and experience.
I think experience is more important than training.
Training's the most important.
Oh, I'm a great believer in hands-on experience.
A person can be trained for a job, but they would do the job better with experience.
I think people can be trained to do a job as long as they're trained by people who are experienced.
Oh dear.
What's the matter?
You shouldn't have done that.
Done what?
That smile. It's all wrong. You should have painted a big smile, not that little one.
But I like it.
I'm the teacher and you're just the student. You should do as I say. No. You shouldn't have done it like that. Here, let me show you. And these eyes should be bigger. There, that's how you should do it. Don't you agree?
Yes, sir.
Remember, Leonardo, people want happy paintings.
Yes, sir.
Young people today have no idea. No idea at all. No. You shouldn't have done that, Michelangelo.
This is the way the teacher told his student that he had done something wrong.
You shouldn't have done it like that. You should have painted a big smile.
Do you know what flight attendants are? They're the people who greet you, say hello, when you get on a plane. And later they bring you food and drink. American Airlines train their flight attendants at a special center in Dallas, Texas. Michael Killingsworth is the director of the training program for flight attendants. What does the training involve?
Training for an American Airlines flight attendant requires 6.5 weeks. The training program includes a great deal of emphasis on emergency procedures, food service procedures, general procedures, and a great deal of customer service.
Captain Masick, First Officer Smith, and Flight Engineer Hughes has informed me that our flying time to Seattle today will be 3 hours at an altitude of 31,000 feet. Seattle is reported with fair weather. Now we'd like to direct your attention to the video screens located throughout the aircraft for a brief message about our safety features on our 767.
Ian, what should have been the next announcement?
After he did his welcome board, I think we should have done our safety video introduction.
Okay. He did do safety. Did he introduce the crew?
Yes.
My name is?
The basic qualities that we look for in a flight attendant are flexibility, personality, poise, self-control. There's no way, even in 6.5 weeks of training, that we can tell you every single thing that would occur in the life of a flight attendant. There's a lot of situations that we'll share with you, that our own personal experiences we'll share with you. We'll try to cover as much as we can, But because the job of a flight attendant is so diverse, there's no way we could answer every single what-if question.
No. The question was, should you stack the nuts? No, you should not stack the nuts. Does it look very professional if the nuts are just stacked on top of each other? No, we want them to be presented very professionally.
So flight attendants receive 6.5 weeks of work training.
Only 6.5 weeks?
That's right. And as Michael says, it's impossible to teach them everything they need to know in such a short time. A combination of work training and experience is vital for the job. During the 6.5 weeks, they receive training in many different aspects of the work.
Food service procedures. How you're supposed to serve food. Emergency procedures. What you're supposed to do in an emergency. Customer service. How you should serve the needs of passengers.
Michael talked about the training program. Now let's hear about the different jobs flight attendants have to do during a flight. What are they supposed to do first?
When passengers are boarding the aircraft, it's very important that an appropriate greeting is used by the flight attendant. An appropriate salutation or greeting, such as good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome aboard, or we are happy to have you. I am happy to see you.
Good evening. How are you?
Just fine, thank you.
Wonderful. All right. If you'll cross over, go down that aisle, your seat is on the left.
Okay, thank you.
Enjoy the flight.
I stress to my students that it's very important
Welcome.
that
How are you?
you understand that communication is not just the way you speak. It's verbal and it's also nonverbal. And by means of nonverbal, the use of your body language is so important. What do you do with your hands? What do you do with your arms? If you stand with your arms crossed, you've closed yourself off. You're a closed-in person and you're not approachable. Versus having your hands open. When your hands are open or at your side, you're more approachable. You're open to conversation.
Welcome aboard.
Once you take off, the flight attendant will then perform their actual service procedures, food service, which is, and sometimes it's just a beverage service. But there's always a way of enhancing that service. It's not just delivering a beverage. It's not just handing out pretzels or delivering a sandwich. It's how you do it.
Miss McIntyre, may I offer you a first-class menu? And Mr. Smith, the menu for you? I'll be back momentarily to take your preference, okay?
It's important to remember to use proper terminology such as, may I offer you a beverage? May I offer you a snack or a meal? What else can I get you? Is there anything else I can get you?
You're welcome.
One of the most precise parts of the training is how to serve meals to first-class passengers on international flights. At American Airlines, this is called the International Flagship Service.
When we teach the International Flagship Service, it's very specific how everything is done.
Always remember to set 2 passengers at the same time. You must position yourself between the passengers. The table setting will begin by placing the bread plate down. You're supposed to place both plates down, the passenger's upper left-hand corner. Once the plate is down, you will add the ramekin of butter. Next will be the service plate. Don't forget to place the eagle at 12 o'clock. When placing the salt and pepper, don't forget to be sure that the pepper is on the right. And remember to place the glass at 1 o'clock.
Once that procedure is completed, we have what we call a phase 3, and we call this the phase that pays. You get out and you get into the cabin and get to know the passengers and get to talk to them.
So how's things going here today?
Great.
You enjoying your flight?
Yeah, we were just discussing an African safari.
An African safari. Wow,
Have you
must
ever
be
been?
nice. No, not yet, but I'm hoping someday to get there.
At the end of the flight, as the passengers are leaving, it's important to use phrases such as, thank you for being with us today, Thank you for choosing us. It was nice meeting you. It was great to see you. It was nice getting to know you. Enjoy your day. I hope to see you again.
There are a lot of little things that a flight attendant must remember to do. Here are some examples.
You're supposed to place both plates down at the same time. Don't forget to place the eagle at 12 o'clock. In other words, when the plate is on the tray, the eagle should be facing away from the passenger. Remember to place the glass at 1 o'clock. In other words, the glass should be near the eagle.
That job is more difficult than it looks.
Yes, so much to remember to do.
That's right. So much that you mustn't forget. Like putting the eagle on the plate at 1 o'clock.
You've forgotten already. You're supposed to put the eagle at 12 o'clock.
No, you're supposed to put the glass at 12 o'clock. No?
No.
I don't think David could be a flight attendant, do you? Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.